Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday, and I hope you all had a wonderful Matariki weekend and the weather was kind to you. This week, obviously, we're going to take a look at the NZX 50 today, and then on Thursday, we're actually going to take a look at one of the Smartshares offerings. They have a tremendous amount of ETFs that are available, exchange traded funds. So Thursday, we're going to take a look at one of those. Now, before we go across and take a look how the main board for the New Zealand Stock Exchange performed last week, I want to remind you that coming up on the 21st of July, I have got the Teen Wealth Launchpad happening. That is specifically designed for 16 and 17-year-olds to really maximise their KiwiSaver. The rules changed earlier this year for those age groups, and I'd love to teach you how getting started now is going to make a world of difference. It's running at 4 o'clock. You only need to pay once, $19. A whole family can attend, and I tell you what, you will get more than $19 value from it. I'll ensure that the link for that is in the show notes. So anyway, before I jump across and share my screen, I better tell you that this is not personalised advice. It is for educational purposes only. If you're looking for personal advice, you need to have a chat to your own financial advisor. Right, let's take a look. As you can see here, I've got the NZX 50 gross index on the screen. Now, I'm recording this at about 10:30 on Monday morning. So the market has already opened, and that's what you can see here with that little candle that's just appeared. It's down about $82 or 0.6%, so nothing really for us to take into consideration at all. But if we go back one, there is our lovely green candle for last week, which is a great sign. If I look down the bottom though, the volume has slipped off a little bit for the entire week, but nothing to get too concerned about. The volume last week was about $98 million worth of shares traded. The thing on this one is we do have a little bit of a wick at the top, which means that there were a few more sellers out there. So the buyers did win for the week, but the sellers were certainly out there as well. Now, if I put my cursor at the top where it closed, which was 13,785, that is actually an all-time high for the New Zealand share market just last week. So we're slowly inching up. It will be interesting to see what does happen this week. And quite often when you see a market make new all-time highs like we have just done, then there will be people out there starting to take profits. And that could be why we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off in the first sort of 15, 20 minutes of our market opening. Let's go and take a look at the yearly chart, simply because it brings these candles up to daily candles. And you can see there, if I hold my cursor, we can see that that's Monday's trading already. If I just zoom in, you can see that we really had a little bit of a mixed bag, really. This was Thursday's trading. We had some reasonable volume actually there. If I just hold my cursor, we had about $26 million worth of shares traded on Thursday, which was great, and a lot of buying. And you can see by the little tail on that candle that there were more buyers out there in the market, which was a really good sign. We had Wednesday, really, the market sold off. Tuesday, it never really went anywhere, but Monday was another good positive day. So those are really good signs for our market, but obviously it's only the power of hindsight. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. Let's just put our moving averages on and see what they are also telling us. So I like to use the 30 exponential. Here we go there, and the market's well above that 30-day moving average. And I'll also put on the 15. You can see there that the market is on a daily basis has certainly moved away from both of those moving averages. So it's looking very strong at the moment. It's a great thing to see. Let's go back to the 5-year chart, and it brings these candles up to weekly candles. And yes, you can see that even on the weekly chart that the market is starting to pull away from both of these moving averages. So it could just be the sell-off that we're seeing here on Monday at the moment could just be a simple resettling where it could move back closer to those moving averages and could quietly keep ticking up. But all in all, that is a really good, strong market for us. We'll just see how much volatility there is, which is just taking this ATR down the bottom, which is average true range or average trading range. So we'll pop that in, 271.64, and just divide it. I'm going to divide it by where the market closed at last week, which was 13,785.67. So the volatility has dropped off. We're only sitting at about 1.97%. Remember, if the volatility does jump up to around 5% or higher, means that there's a lot of uncertainty in the overall market. And for me anyway, I like to stay out if it gets that high. But certainly at just under 2%, that's perfectly fine. And no issues there whatsoever. I'm still not looking at buying any new individual shares on our stock exchange, simply because there's still only a few shares that are actually driving this market. It's not an overall market participation that we're seeing that's driving this. However, it is certainly really good, really encouraging to see that we're starting to get some momentum back in our market. And if I just go back to all, actually, this is a new one. And as you can see here, this takes us back to 2003. And you can see by that dotted line, that's where our market is at the moment. So like I just said, it's certainly reached all-time highs again, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll stop sharing. I really hope that's helped. It's certainly showing some encouraging signs out there. Remember, if you have a share that you would like me to review for you, or if you've got any questions at all regarding the share market, investing, or even with your own financial journey, please reach out. I'm here to help, happy to guide you and help you with what you can do to get yourself on a path to financial freedom. So until Thursday, take care.